I'm Jimmy Williams, candidate for State Delegate District 13. Today I'd like to talk to you about some waste and inefficiency that I've recently discovered at the MVA this summer. A few weeks ago, my girlfriend and treasurer Sarah went to the MVA Express office in Columbia to try to renew her license. When she got there, she was told right by the person at the front door that anyone under 40 had to use the kiosk to renew their license. So she went to the kiosk, she did everything that was asked of her, she paid her $30 to renew her license for 5 years, and she went home and was told that she'd get her license sometime in the next week or so. She gets home, everything's fine, then 3 days later on a Thursday, she gets this postcard right here from the MVA, and the postcard reads, "This notice has been sent to inform you that your address has changed in our system. If this is not accurate, please call the MVA to speak with a customer service representative." Now, of course, when Sarah was at the kiosk, she didn't change her address. So naturally on Friday, she called the MVA in a panic to ask why she got this postcard that says the address has been changed in their system. And the MVA representative told her, "Oh, don't worry about that. We send that postcard to everyone who uses the kiosk to renew their license." Now let's think about that for a second. This postcard costs 34 cents to mail, you can see it right there, plus the ink, plus the paper, plus the employee who had to process and then mail this postcard. Comptroller candidate Bill Campbell told me that it probably cost the MVA $5 just to mail this postcard to Sarah, and her address didn't even change. It was a waste, it was an inaccuracy. Yet the MVA apparently sends this postcard to everyone who uses the kiosk to update and renew their license, even if they actually haven't made an address change. Now, how messed up is that? As if that wasn't enough, a couple days later the MVA doubled down and Sarah got another mailing with her temporary address card to attach to her old license until her new license showed up. So if this postcard cost $5 to process and mail, then we're probably talking about another $5 or more to mail these temporary cards that Sarah didn't need because her address didn't change. And then finally, 7 or 8 days after Sarah renewed her license, she finally got her new license in the mail. But because she used the kiosk instead of actually being able to go to a person and sit down and renew it while she was at the MVA Express, her 21-year-old license has her 18-year-old picture on it and her 18-year-old vitals on it. Now, to me, that's a safety concern. You should be able to get a new picture and update your vitals every time you want to renew your license. When I went in on my 21st birthday to the MVA Express in Columbia, due to a technicality because the kiosks were malfunctioning, I actually got to go sit down at a desk and talk to a person and renew my license that day. I got a brand new picture taken, so I have a 21-year-old picture instead of my 18-year-old picture, and I have my current vitals, my height, weight, and everything that reflects my 21-year-old self. But Sarah doesn't. And if she has to go use the kiosk every time she goes to renew her license because, according to the person at the MVA, everybody under 40 uses the kiosk to renew their license now, does that mean when Sarah finally turns 40 years old, her license will still have her 18-year-old picture and her 18-year-old vitals on it? That's just not right. We really need to look at this, we really need to audit the MVA and figure out what's going on, because you shouldn't have to use the kiosk if you're under 40. You should have the option, the right, to go sit down at a desk, as I did, simply because the kiosk wasn't working, to get your new license on the spot, with the new picture, with your new vitals, rather than having to wait through a mailer that cost $5 to say that her address had changed, and then another mailer that cost $5 to give you a temporary address card, and then waiting another 3 or 4 days after that for your license to finally show up in the mail. This needs to change. I'm glad I got the opportunity to highlight this waste and inefficiency, and we can fix this and we can really save a lot of money at the MVA and streamline things and make our government smarter, more efficient, and more responsive to the people. Again, I'm Jimmy Williams, candidate for State Delegate District 13. See you soon.